Well, Sam, at this very hour, 5 years ago, one of the most popular shopping malls in Northern California was still smoldering. The destructive fire tore through businesses and turned lives upside down, including the life of the young man who started the fire. CBS 13's Tony Lopez tells us whatever happened to the Roseville Galleria arsonist.
It was one of the most damaging fires Placer County had ever seen. A large portion of the huge Roseville Galleria Mall in flames. The man who started it was caught and cuffed. Alexander Pegee would later tell us during a telephone interview he thought it was the perfect way to end his life. See, the then 23-year-old stayed inside the mall while everyone else got out.
Yeah, I feel bad. I think that's my objective was to hurt me, not to hurt other people.
His failed suicide attempt would cost him dearly. His defense team and his mother asked for leniency. And in a surprising move, the prosecution joined them in aiming for a lighter sentence, telling the judge Pegee didn't fit the profile of a typical arsonist, usually motivated by profit or evil intentions. 10 years behind bars was the agreed-upon recommendation. Federal Judge John Mendez didn't buy in, calling Alexander Pegee dangerous and pointing to the $55 million worth of damage he caused. The sentence? 15 years in federal prison with no chance of parole.
All those factors make it a federal prosecution.
Ken Rosenfeld was not involved in the case, but the prominent Sacramento-based defense attorney has seen his share of sentences come down. We tapped into his expertise to find out how unusual it is for a judge to ignore a sentencing recommendation.
I think in a case where the prosecution and the defense are in agreement, it would be unusual. It's not unheard of, and it's not impossible.
But in federal court in which this arson case was tried, things are a bit different.
Because the federal system has congressionally written guidelines that the judges are supposed to follow. So they're not supposed to be able to deviate from a sentence. So it does take a lot for a judge to find reasons and articulate cause.
So what were the reasons for the longer sentence? Again, it goes back to the amount of damage caused, yes, but mostly the threat to public safety.
But I'm sure that as the federal judge sat there on the bench, his first thought was, this act was so reckless and dangerous and could have killed so many people that a message must be sent.
In response to Pegee's defense team that the arson was a last resort move for the then homeless young man, Judge Mendez had said it was perhaps a cry for help, but it was the wrong cry for help. 5 years after starting this fire, Alexander Pegee continues to serve out his sentence at the Lompoc Federal Prison. His expected release date, November of 2023. He'll be 36 years old.
Now, after he's released, Pegee must undergo 6 years of supervision because of the concern for public safety.